podcast you're about to listen to is an account of the tragedy which befell a group of horror movie fans who chose to listen to the Huge Horror Movie Podcast.
With your host, Killian Gore.
Hey, jingle bells, open hell, demons come to play. Run and hide from the chainsaw guys, but hey, don't go in that place. Hey, jingle bells, midnight knells, vampires roam the street. Eye of you in the witch's brew, it's Halloween this week. Hey, dashing through the woods with monsters on my heels, or hiding in the bed from unseen hands I feel. Chilling laughter rings across the darkest nights. Neglected toys and dollies spring into vengeful life. Hey, jingle bells, open hell, demons come to play. Run and hide from the chainsaw guys, but hey, don't go in that place. Jingle bells, midnight hell, vampires roam the street. Eye of you in the witch's brew, it's Christmas time this week. Happy Christmas to you all. And you're listening to the Huge Horror Movie Podcast Christmas episode. Sorry, I'm just scooching things and trying to pretend that I'm not moving things around on the desk. I forgot to press play, as usual, on the movie in the BG, which this Christmas time is Christmas Evil. Just reaching for the box. Love the box from 88 Films. Because, of course, it's not always called Christmas Evil, was it? It's got tougher names, which I forget, so that's not very informative. Can I just say the song at the beginning, the lyrics I stole off sometimesmagical.wordpress.com. I don't know who wrote it. It doesn't give a name. Is there a name at the bottom? No. Close and accept? Will that give me your name? No, it doesn't. I don't know who you are. If you ever do hear this, apologies for that awful rendition. Just close that page there and forget we ever saw it. So yes, it's nearly Christmas. What are you doing for Christmas? Me, getting a virtual reality headset, so that'll be fun. You'll probably not hear from me ever again as I disappear into a virtual reality world. So that should be good for all of us, actually, I think. Anyway, please welcome, we've got a lovely studio guest today. It's not only, that's not right to say, it's only bloody Santa Claus himself. Welcome in, Santa.
Merry Christmas.
Oh dear.
Ho, ho.
Wow.
It's Santa here.
Yep.
Merry Christmas and the happiest New Year.
Oh, thank you. You're carrying on with your ho-hos. What are you laughing at?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Who did these sound?
Merry Christmas.
Stop it.
It's Santa here.
Yes. Yes.
Merry Christmas and the happiest New Year.
Thank you, Santa. Oh, would you shut up? Right, thanks, Santa. Off you pop. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Happy Christmas and all that to you. So, yeah, we're looking at going to do the Christmassy quiz today. Just reach down here for the Huge Horror Movie quiz book. Nearly said Christmas book. I nearly did a Christmas quiz book. And I've got it here. It was going to be called the Christmas Horror Quiz Book. Thought I had a better name there. And it was going to have... it was going to be under the chapter headings. I got the word 12 Days of Christmas. So I had a psycho... These are the sections written down. A psycho in a pear tree, which was going to be Psycho, because Psycho is set at Christmas. Yeah? I know it's not really a Christmas horror movie, but it's set at Christmas. Do you know why it is set at Christmas? Yeah? You might already know the story, but he was filming in, what was it, like Phoenix or something? I don't know. I think it was. And it was Christmas. And Hitchcock hadn't realised when he was doing the footage that it was the Christmas decorations were up and everything. Not very observant, are you, Hitch? So he basically just like changed the title at the beginning to set it at Christmas time, so that footage made sense rather than going back and shoot it again. And why not, eh? So yeah, we got a Psycho and a Pear Tree. That would have been Psycho questions. 2 Turtle Devils would have been Silent Night, Deadly Night. 3 French Horrors would have been about the French film Inside. 4 Calling Aliens was about Prometheus. Because there's a Christmas tree, isn't there, at the beginning? Then we got 5 Gremlin Rings. Can you guess what that one is? Obviously Gremlins. 6 Geese A Killing would have been Seed of Chucky. 7 Swans A Slaying, Santa's Sleigh. 8 Maids A Murdered. 8 Maids A Murdered, Black Christmas. Oh, that's a good one. The others have been terrible, but I like that one. Then we got 9 Vampires Dancing. I should have put that movie on in the BG. What was I thinking? I've gone with Christmas Eve. Oh, it's too late now. 9 Vampires Dancing, 30 Days a Night. 10 Lords A Lurking would be Rare Exports. 11 Pumpkins Piping, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Not really a horror film, Mr. Gore. And 12 Drummers Decaying would have been about A Christmas Carol. I guess just A Christmas Carol in general, because it is a bit of a horror Christmas tale in a way, isn't it? It's not, I suppose, not full on horror, but it's certainly got ghosts in there, and we'll be addressing ghosts actually, let's do that first before the quiz. A Christmas ghost story. I don't think I've got a story written that features Christmas, or I certainly couldn't find one at the last minute. The phone's ringing, but the phone often does ring here. It's like an office or something. Okay. I don't know what bit to read of this. It's quite short, but the whole thing would take too bloody long. It's still ringing. So it's in. Stop ringing. Can you hear it as well? If it's someone for me, they'll can get me on my mobile. My mobile's on. Boring you with nonsense again. So, anyway. I'm afraid of what I'm becoming, the voice emitting from the white noise of the Osaka 93 antique radio had said. It was a large Gothic model dating back from the 1930s, and Dennis Burwell had bought it years ago from a garage sale in Ashdown, Lake County. It had perfectly appealed to his taste for the unusual, and it had pride of place in his room, next to his armchair by the window. Since he'd crashed his car into a family of 4, killing 3 of the passengers, he would often listen to the radio hiss. The 4th family member, 15-year-old Timothy Deakinson, had hung himself on the night of the funerals. Naturally, he took the blame for Timothy as well. He took the burden of it all. Dennis reached for the volume controller, his head brushing against the walnut veneer of the cathedral-shaped wireless, closer to the sound. His fingers delicately teased it clockwise, and it failed to move. He motioned them away from the dial, leaving them theatrically posed over the radio, as if casting a witch's spell. The hiss, emitting from the speaker, sounded like rain, like millions of raindrops crashing to the earth with a malevolent thrash, or a waterfall bleeding from a great height onto jagged rocks. If it weren't for the storm outside, someone would probably complain, once again, about the noise emanating from his room. Something snapped down. Amidst the racket it was ambiguous, but Dennis heard it loud and clear. It made him jump slightly, and enough to look down to the tape recorder placed below the radio. The tape had run out. He had been recording the white noise for over half an hour. In the middle of this particularly successful session, he didn't wish to play back the voice again. I'm afraid of what I'm becoming. It was a little more than a couple of clicks when he heard it over the radio, but during playback, slowed down, it was luridly apparent. He quickly reached forward, ejected the tape, and flipped it over. sliding it expertly back into the machine before slamming the record button down again. Only a few minutes passed before he heard another disturbance in the monotonous abyss of the glorious old radio. He reached quickly for the tape recorder, hit stop, and then rewound it backwards a few seconds. "I'm scared," the voice said through the white noise. Dennis looked sharply back up to the speaker. The words were so clear that he half expected to see a face staring out at him from the sheened surface. But there was nothing except the familiar, ornate design of the Ozarka. He was amazed that after the many times he had tried this over the years, it was finally working. Maybe it was the new area he had just moved to, something different in the air. He had read all about electronic voice phenomenon. He saw it as an accessible way to contact the dead rather than bothering with a psychic. He didn't wish to involve anyone else in his endeavours. It was his business. He had been the one who had killed the family, and he wanted to be one who contacted them. Maybe to show them how sorry he was. Maybe to hear that they were all okay, wherever they were now, over on the other side. Well, it would make sense to read the rest of it, wouldn't it? Because it's not scary just to read that beginning bit. I don't know if we've got time for that. Right, we'll maybe come back to it if we do have time. That's from a story, I don't know if I told you the name, it's called Open Air. And you can find it in Before Halloween and Nothing Else. I've not reused that one yet. But I will. It's actually scheduled to be in a book. I can't remember what book. Oh yes, I do. Yeah, that's the top secret one as well. Anyway, on with the quiz. We got the holiday horror movies. Now I don't think did I have just a Christmas? No, I don't. So holiday horror, I think might also. Yeah, it does feature some other holiday times of year as well. It's not just Christmas. So here we go. Number 1. Before setting his 2015 film Krampus at Christmas, which holiday did Michael Dougherty feature in his 2007 horror film? Numero 2. Which of the Silent Night, Deadly Night sequels achieved cult status as an unintentionally comedic movie featuring the memorable line, "Garbage Day"? And number 3, what are the names of the 2 birthday-themed horror movies, both released in 1981? Number 4, which classic holiday horror movie features a woman with a plastic bag over her head on the theatrical poster? And Stanko, number 5. In which series of alien horror movies was a man dressed as the Easter Bunny killed by a small alien creature? So, yeah. As you can see, we do have 1 or 2 other holidays there. I didn't do a Christmas section. Maybe in Huge Horror 2, which I did say tonight in an earlier podcast that Huge Horror 2 would be out this year. I don't know if I've informed you, but it won't. It won't. It'll be out next year. That's 2021 if you're keeping count of the years. I had a list here of... it's a strange looking at that Christmas horror book. Because I don't think that really would have worked, would it? I don't know if the selection of horror movies is quite good enough. I would change that. I think this is from 2000 and... God knows when. Let me just... Sorry, did you hear that double click? Christmas horror quiz book. I did do the front page here. Bear with me. It was 2015, 5 years ago, and just abandoned it. Wow, I didn't realise it was that long ago that I abandoned that. Bloody hell, what have I been doing? What have I done this Christmas book? It's actually a dead project, but maybe I'll pick it up. It won't be this year. I'm waffling. Because I don't know what I'm doing this episode. Do you? No, I do. We've got some facts coming up. Excuse me. From Incredible Horror Movie Facts 2, and we're going to one of the best, which I should have put on in the background, of course, Black Christmas, which I do have a mini horror quiz on, and one of the mini horror quizzes is Black Christmas, because it's an absolute favourite of mine. I'm going to say it again. It's stupid of me not to put it on in the PG. Janine, why didn't you tell me to put Black Christmas on? Anyway, I've sacked her since the beginning of this show. Black Christmas. Whilst it's Janine leaving. It's upset me. Whilst Black Christmas star Margot Kidder, Barb, was still alive, she had asked for her... bloody words. She had asked her closest friends to do something rather grisly with her corpse if any of them should swing by her house and find that she had passed away. She lived at the foot of Canyon Mountain in Livingston, Montana, and used to love leaving meat out for the wolves who lived in the area. She would watch as they came down from the mountain to feast on the food she left for them. Her strange request was to become the food herself. She told her friends that if they should find her dead, that they should put her naked body in a bedsheet and drag it over to the mountain so that the wolves could eat her. Unfortunately for Margot, when her friends did find her, they did the sensible thing and called the paramedics. Ultimately, her ashes were scattered in a number of Kidder's favourite locations. So she didn't get her dying wish? Ross and friends. I'm joking. Got a bit of trivia from Psycho, which we've already agreed, haven't we? We're going to class it as a Christmas film. It's well known that Psycho was inspired by the crimes of the Butcher of Plainfield, Ed Gein. But what is perhaps less well known is that filmmakers Errol Morris and Werner Herzog, you know him from Nosferatu the Vampire, Fitzcarraldo, Grizzly Man, once conspired to make a film about Gein in which they intended to secretly dig up Ed Gein's mother. Perhaps when they realised that the act would make them just as bad as Gein himself, they shelved the project. Can you believe that? The audacity of Mr. Werner Herzog. Mind you, though, he's a tough cookie, isn't he? He's that one that did that interview where he just gets shot in the middle of it and he just carries on talking like it's normal. Anyway, still, I'm looking at the Christmas Evil now in the background, wishing it was Black Christmas. That's all I can think about. Jolly Dream is quite a good Christmas Evil. Although I do prefer Silent Night, Deadly Night, but I've only got that on Region A, so I couldn't put that on the big screen. So we're stuck with Christmas Evil. You can hear me scratching my arm. That's out of the terror of my decision not to put Black Christmas on. Maybe we'll make up for it with some questions from the Black Christmas quiz book, which I stupidly didn't dig out. I'd have to go down there. Can you see down there? You can't see, can you? It's over here where the pile of books is. We'll leave it for now. We'll do the opening 5 questions, answers. Still doing the jingle. Opening 5 questions. Here's the answers to them. The film that we were looking for, that Krampus director Michael Dougherty, was obviously Halloween in the film Trick or Treat. And the Silent Night sequel was Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, because there are quite a few of those, aren't there? Like 5100, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Silent Night, Deadly. I think it goes up to 5, doesn't it? Let's just click on the Silent Night, Deadly Night. Silent Night, Deadly Night. That would have been a better idea for the song, wouldn't it? I've missed so many tricks this episode. But I'm not going to restart it. God, no. Nobody's got that sort of time on their hands, have they? Too busy writing books for this. And it's only Dan and John that listen. So... it's followed by Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, which some people criticise used pretty much all the footage from the first film. It didn't really. There wasn't actually that much in there. It just feels like it. And then Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 3, better watch out. Oh, you better watch out. Better not cry, telling you why, and all that. And Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, Initiation. And then Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 5, The Toy Maker. I don't know if they're one of those film series where they're just completely... I think they are, aren't they? They're not actually connected to the original 2 films. Is the third connected? I don't think it was it? Better Watch Out. centers around the Christmas-obsessed killer Ricky Caldwell awakening from a coma. It was the last to follow the storyline set by the previous two films. Oh, right, so it's still... Bill Moseley's in there as well. That's still connected. And then they go off on one, like the Hellraiser films, isn't it? They just go off on one. The answers are to number 3, the names of the 2 birthday-themed horror movies that were both released in 1981, the classic year 1981 for slasher films, was Happy Birthday to Me and Bloody Birthday. We can include birthday, can't we, really, in Christmas? And Jesus' birthday and all that. Number 4, we've got which classic horror movie? Oh, The Woman with the Plastic Bag. Of course, it's Black Christmas. Where is Black Christmas behind me? Do you know, I feel like I should put it on. I'll just do the next next question. I've lost my place. Where am I? In which the alien horror movie with the Easter Bunny and the alien creature. Of course, Critters 2. Yeah, Critters. Oh, the creatures. Oh, did I ask what the creatures were? In which series of alien horror movies? Yes, is the Critters movies, and it is part 2. So better watch out. Shall I try and sing that as I switch the movie? See, it'll be seamless because there'll be a song covering it. There we go. Let's pick up Jonathan guitar. Oh, you better watch out. Better not cry. Yada yada yada. I tell you why. I don't know what. I only know 3 chords. I can't find Black Christmas, which is annoying. Oh, you better watch out. Oh, there it is. There we go. Bear with me. Oh, this this is probably the worst podcast I've ever heard. Just pop over here. And we're going to put that in. I'll shout so you can hear me. Doing a switcheroo for Christmas Evil to Black Christmas. Because of that mistake. Anyway, are you enjoying this weird episode? It's the worst episode ever. But you know, it's that time of year, isn't it? It's Christmas. It's time for bad podcasting. That's what they always say, isn't it? Right, so we'll do one more. Oh, right, okay, so this is appropriate now that I put Black Christmas on it, BG, from 101 Films. I never bought that new Steelbook, which I should have done because it had some commentary tracks, and there's no commentary tracks on mine. And I believe one is actually by Billy himself, the actor who plays Billy. The voice of Billy, anyway. Yeah, because Black Christmas I'm going to put into Wikipedia. Yeah, because there's a few, isn't there now? Which I wouldn't bother with the sequels. I know some people like the first, not sequels, remakes. 2 remakes, honestly. 2 remakes. And there's absolutely no need. Even though I know I speak in the past and say I don't mind remakes and all that, retelling stories. But, you know, you got to do it well, ain't you? What are you thinking with the Black Christmas remakes? The 2006 one, I like the look of it and all that. It's just incredibly muddled. I couldn't follow it at all, could you? Whereas the first one is just so elegant and the narrative is just clear, cut. Elegant is probably the best word to describe it. It's an elegant Christmas movie. And of course, yeah, it's based on the old Babysitter and the Man Upstairs urban legend, which is what I wanted to talk to you about, and we'll be filling our true crime quota. It's difficult to say true crime quota. You know, give me a break. Right. Babysitter and the Man Upstairs. The story itself was inspired by a horrifying true story. The Babysitter and the Man Upstairs is. In 1950, 13-year-old Janet Christman was babysitting a 3-year-old boy named Gregory for Ed and Ann Romack in Columbia, Missouri. Gregory was asleep in bed when Janet arrived on the stormy evening in March. Ed showed the babysitter where they kept the shotgun and taught her how to use it in the case of an emergency. Later in the evening, a startling phone call came through to the local police station. A girl screaming and shouting, "Come quick! Unfortunately..." Oh, sorry. That's the next. Sorry. She just said, "Come quick." Unfortunately, the phone call ended there, leaving the police utterly helpless in gleaning any details of who she was or her whereabouts. At 1:35 a.m, the Romacks returned home to find that the front door was already unlocked. Something wasn't right. When the couple walked into the living room, they were greeted by Janet's corpse. The phone's gone again. They were greeted by Janet's corpse in a pool of blood on the floor, her legs spread wide, multiple wounds on her body, and an electrical cord around her neck. Anne raced upstairs to Gregory's room to find the toddler safe and sound and fast asleep in his bed. The evidence seemed to suggest that the perpetrator had likely been a friend of the family, although no one was ever charged with the crime, and it remains unsolved to this day. There you go, a tragic story, but that's, that was the basis for the urban legend. Well, obviously not fully urban legend, because it kind of happened, or it didn't quite happen as it does in the urban legend. But yeah, it's that film, which here we go, the babysitting the man upstairs. Yeah, it says it here on Wikipedia. The legend, though, is a teenage girl is babysitting at night. The children have been put to bed upstairs and the babysitter is downstairs watching television. The phone rings. The caller tells her to check the children. The adolescent dismisses the call and goes back to watching television. The anonymous caller dials back several times. Eventually, the babysitter calls the police, who inform her that they will trace the next call. After the stranger calls again, the police return her call, advising her to leave immediately. She evacuates the home and the police meet her. They explain that the calls were coming from inside the house, and that the unidentified prowler was calling her after killing the children upstairs. Whoa! It's a creepy story, isn't it? Great horror material. And it's, obviously been used many times as well. And we're seeing it here in the movie, the fresh movie in the BG. We had 2 movies in BG. I'm just skipping a bit. Skip to the end. Having a look whiz through some of the... There's John Saxon. There's some great comedy as well in this film. Because, of course, it was directed by Bob Clark, who did A Christmas Story and Porky's. I saw Porky's for the first time ever, just recently, because it was cheap on Arrow Videos, one of Arrow Video's sales. And, it's really good film. I always thought it was like, some smutty 80s sex romp, for want of a better term. So I never really watched it, Revenge of the Nerves. Revenge of Nerves, I call it. It's a horror film. Nervous person comes back to from the dead from a nervous breakdown. What am I on about? Lost my train of thought. Yeah, so Porky's, basically. It's just really funny, Stands up to this day. Not getting the sequels, though. I don't think they're as good. Even though I think Bob Clark did the sequels, didn't he? I'm sure he did at least the first one. Porky's. Oh, there's a few sequels. There's quite a recent one, a remake of the original title, Porky's Pimpin' Pee-wee, in 2009. What the hell? Porky's Pimpin' Pee-wee. And then there's Porky's 2, which was Bob Clark, and Porky's Revenge, which was James Cormack. Anyway, we've gone off on a tangent. We'll come back to we'll come back to Bob Clark, hopefully in a bit. I think that's in another book. We'll just do the next questions for you. Here we go. Number 6. Which of the following holiday horror movies has yet to be remade? Black Christmas. I've given that one away. My Bloody Valentine, Christmas Evil, or Halloween. Oh, poor Christmas Evil. I got rid of it, didn't I? Number 7. Which American professional wrestler starred as an evil Santa Claus in the 2005 movie Santa's Sleigh? which is rather good if you've not seen it. Number 8. What is the name of the 1980 slasher movie set during a live television broadcast in a hotel on New Year's Eve? And 9. Guess the holiday horror movie from the following review. If you see one fiendishly bizarre Finnish film about an evil Santa Claus and his naked band of marauding elves this holiday season, make it... And that's by Ted Fry from the Seattle Times. Right, we're going to do an interview now from What's Your Favourite Scary Movie. I've got two to pick from, but I'm going to go with Jason Hull. Jason Hull. Because this book's quite a while old. I don't know. I've not really seen Jason Hull on Facebook all that recently. Is he still? Because a lot of people just vanish off Facebook, don't they? Sorry about this. I'm just trying to get to the main Facebook page. Bear with again. Sing a song. No, we'll do a Christmas song. I can't think of any others. Anyway, I'm here now. Jason Hall. Jason Hall, are you still around? Jason Hall in Hollywood. Oh, what's this? I'm not his friend anymore. Was I ever your friend? Or did you unfriend me? Is that you? Pennsylvania? Oh, it is. He's, unfriended me. Or, I don't know, maybe we weren't friends to begin with, I don't know. Anyway, Jason, here is his interview in What's Your Favourite Scary Movie. I selected him because he's done Krampus, the Christmas Devil, and Krampus, the Devil Returns. He may have done more Krampus films. Jason Hull. Let's just look at him on Internet Movie Database now. Bear with me again. Sorry about this. Have some eggnog while you wait. No, that's it. He stopped with his Krampus films. He did the 2 of them there. Krampus, the Christmas Devil. I'll tell you what, while you've unfriended me, maybe we don't know if he did, but let's look at some user reviews. Oh, wow. Yeah, Krampus the Christmas Devil has an Internet Movie Database score of 1.6. So I'm guessing, maybe we should look for a 10-star review. Yeah, masterpiece. This is absolutely the best film on earth. It's high art. The finest movie I've ever seen. I wish it was still on Netflix so I could watch it more often. Must watch. Don't hesitate. Buy it if you have to. You need this movie in your life. And going to the other end of the spectrum, my God, what a piece of garbage. A low-budget disaster of epic proportions. My friends picked this up at Walmart for $10, and we were a little excited for it because we love Krampus movies. This missed the mark on every single aspect imaginable. Don't waste your time. Go and see Krampus in theatres. That's the Michael Dougherty one. And the special effects in this movie are really bad. I would avoid this film at all costs. The costumes are questionable, the acting is subpar, and the location of filming is not a good choice. The Krampus movie that was released in 2005 gave Krampus a look of creepy. This movie just makes you seem so lost at what is happening. Not a good movie. I do not recommend it unless you want to be bored and lost. Go see the new one. I don't know if I did see a movie, Jason. Anyway, here's your interview. What's your favourite scary movie, Jason Hall, who ditched me on Facebook? I'd have to say The Exorcist, although Carpenter's Halloween is a close second. I've seen both 1 billion times, and I will watch them 1 billion times more before I die. Ha ha ha. Okay, what is your favourite horror movie director? Sorry, who is your favourite horror movie director? I've got to go with Carpenter. Halloween, The Thing, The Fog, etc. can't be touched. Plus, he really set the tone for a change of the style of horror films that we watch today, I think. Yes, true. What's your favourite subgenre of horror movie, Jason Hall, who ditched me on Facebook? I'm going to go with slashers, but I love demonic possession movies. Are you seeing a trend? Ha ha! What's your favourite bad horror movie? Tim Ritter's Truth or Dare, A Critical Madness, and Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Okay, what would be your favourite horror movie double feature drive-in choice? I think I'd love to see House of 1,000 Corpses and The Devil's Rejects back to back. And your favourite horror movie killer? Freddy Krueger. I liked that he had corny, witty things to say as opposed to every other killer that was always silent. Your favourite horror movie creature monster, please. Pumpkinhead or Creature from the Black Lagoon. And could I now have your favourite horror movie franchise, please? Go, Jason, go. I have to go with the A Nightmare on Elm Street series. And your favourite horror movie sequel, please. The Devil's Rejects. I felt sick after I watched it the first time. Grabbed a beer and hit play again on the DVD player. Ha ha. What's your favourite horror movie remake? Rob Zombie's Halloween. I really like The New Evil Dead. Yeah, The New Evil Dead. Good choice. What's your favourite horror television show? I loved a bunch of the Stephen King shows that were on TV. I like the original Salem's Lot, It, etc. I know Ash vs. Evil Dead will be the answer for this question when it comes out. I'm not a fan of The Walking Dead. I think it lost its moxie after season 2. Oh, moxie. That's not a word we hear very often. Thanks for bringing it bringing it back to life for Christmas, Jason. It's all right. What's your favourite zombie movie? The Return of the Living Dead. Humour and horror, plus it's so 80s too. And finally, Jace, why did you unfriend me on Facebook? Well, no proof of that, is there, Killian? I might not have been your friend to begin with. Yeah, it's true. It's true. We'll never really know. You can't historically search that, can you? Your favourite Halloween costume, please. Gene Simmons of Kiss. I've been him so many times I can do the makeup on point without looking. Great, Jason. Off you pop. Bye-bye. Happy Christmas and all that. Let's have the answers now to those next questions. Écoutez. The number 6 was the one that hasn't been remade. Black Christmas, Bloody Valentine, Christmas Evil, or Halloween. It's, of course, Christmas Evil, the shunned movie. Today's shunned movie. Oh, right, on the screen is that wonderfully spooky moment with the bag over the head of the lady killed upstairs. Can't think of her name. It really lingers on that, doesn't it? Creepy. It's a wonderfully creepy film. The ending to Black Christmas is just masterful, I think. It's absolutely masterful. That slow way the camera pulls away from the house, and then you just so delicately hear the phone start to ring again. Beautiful. Understated. And that's what the sequels just like cock that up. Remakes just cock that up completely. That I believe they actually tried to mimic the ending of the original in a deleted scene, an alternative ending, to the 2009 remake, which they should have gone with. I don't think they did it as well, but at least it slightly kind of paid homage to the original. Anyway, I'm waffling. Where are we? That's home invasion movies. Number 7. The wrestler from Santa's Sleigh. Yeah, Santa's Sleigh. Bill Goldberg. I don't know who he is. The slasher movie set during the live television broadcast at New Year's Eve. Of course, that would be New Year's Evil. The holiday horror movie from The Review. If you see one fiendishly bizarre Finnish film. Well, of course, Rare Exports, which is a Christmas Tale, which is a belter of a movie if you've not seen it. And number 9, no, that was 9, 10. Hey, 10's not true or false again. Remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night, simply called Silent Night, took inspiration from a real-life murder case in which a man killed 9 people dressed as Santa Claus. True or false? Oh, it is true or false. Did I read that? Did I go off on a tangent? And oh God, bloody memory. So yeah, was is it true or false that Silent Night, Deadly Night, the remake, took some inspiration from a real-life murder case in which a man killed 9 people dressed as Santa Claus? True or false? It is true, known as the Covina Massacre. There you go. Right, so we're just going to skip... I'm going over time again. Bloody hell. Krampus. This is from the horror movie manual Krampus, the antithesis of Santa Claus. Krampus punishes naughty children instead of rewarding good children. He's known to go a bit far with his punishments, for example, drowning, eating, or taking them to hell. But most of the time, he just hits them with a stick. He's a man of extremes. A monster of extremes, Krampus. You're either going to hell or I'll just bloody eat you a stick. His usual appearance is that of a horned, hairy beast with cloven hooves. Notable movies, Krampus and A Christmas Horror Story. Forgot to mention Krampus, the Christmas Devil, and its sequel there, Jason. Terribly sorry. If you are you still my friend, Jason? Right, another one. Give her that. It's what we got. What's next? I'm just looking through. Santa Claus, of course, who was very kindly joined us in the studio earlier. A usually benevolent man who dresses in a red costume. Sports a fluffy white beard and gives out presents to all the good children on Christmas Eve. In horror movies, the same attire is usually worn by psychopaths who go around slaughtering everyone at Christmas time, good or bad. Notable examples, Christmas Evil, the shunned again Christmas Evil, Silent Night, Deadly Night, and Santa's Sleigh. That's it for horror movie manual. We'll put that over there and we're going to skip over to our final 10 questions for yous on this Christmas time show, or whatever. Number 11. Which holiday is featured in Jeff Lieberman's 2004 movie Satan's Little Helper? Yeah? You want me to leave a gap? 12. What is the name of the 2006 horror anthology movie that features segments called Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Halloween, Christmas, and New Year's Eve? 13. For which film did director James Wan tweet that he aimed to make it a Christmas-themed and set horror film? Oh, yeah, of course. In which holiday horror movie did the character Jeremy Melton return in disguise as Adam Carr to kill the 5 girls who rejected him in 1988? Don't know that. Just trying to think. It's been a while since I wrote this. Which holiday period is being celebrated in the 1980 slasher movie Terror Train, starring Jamie Lee Curtis? I do know it's Jamie, by the way. I just think it's funnier to say Jamie. Okay? Which holiday horror movie am I describing? Écoutez. There's a ferry, an island, a whoopee cushion, an exploding cigar, and a jack in the box. 17. Which of the Halloween sequels takes place during the shooting of a live internet reality show? 18. Which of the following movies is not the name of a real movie set during the Christmas period? You Better Watch Out, Christmas Fright, or To All a Good Night, or... There's 4. You Better Watch Out, Christmas Fright, To All a Good Night, or Don't Open Till Christmas. 19. 19. Where do the characters in Boo decide to spend Halloween night? And 20, our final question. Which holiday is celebrated during the 1987 film Blood Rage? Righty-ho, there we go. Hope you enjoyed those questions. The answers are coming up momentarily, because I wanted to keep this one short and spoiled it again. That's becoming like a catchphrase, isn't it, for the show? I wanted to keep it short to half an hour. I've run over. Why have I got... Oh, right, Ghostbusters 2. I just got a little bit of trivia from Ghostbusters 2. I thought I was going to do trivia from Black Christmas. I must have that somewhere. We won't do it anyway. It's only that Bob Clark got killed by a drunk driver. That was it, really, which is very tragic. But Ghostbusters 2, because it is set at Christmas time. It's not a full-on horror film, but it'll do. It'll do for you. The twin babies that portrayed baby Oscar in the movie now both work together as martial arts instructors in San Diego. Aside from starring in the movie, their other claim to fame is that their uncle was the country music legend John Denver. There you go. That wasn't that interesting, was it? I thought it was earlier. I think what's crazy is that that link between Ghostbusters 2 and the babies being related to John Denver. So yeah, anyway, you're not interested, are you? We'll have the answers to those final 10, and possibly a touch more of that story, possibly. I don't know. Run out of time here. The holiday in Satan's Little Helper is Halloween. The 2006 horror anthology, I do believe that's called Holidays. Yes, it is. I answered that one. The James Wan Christmas set, yeah, of course, Conjuring 2. The Jeremy Melton, Return in Disguise. I think it's, I know. I'm not looking at the back here, because I've seen this recently. It's Valentine, isn't it? I got it on Scream Factory. Am I right? Yes! Valentine. The holiday period being celebrated in Terror Train with Jamie Lee Curtis. Terror Train. Isn't it Christmas? It's not. I know it's not. No, it's New Year's Eve. Oh, it's close. Which holiday movie, holiday horror movie, or horror movie, Fairy Island, a whoopee cushion. Oh yeah, it's April Fool's Day, isn't it? 1986. I know that one. Which of Halloween sequels take place during a live internet reality show? Yeah, Halloween Resurrection. And what's not a real movie? I think it's Christmas Fright, isn't it? Yeah, Christmas Fright. Although, you know, maybe that's been made now. It's a good name. You can have that. Christmas Fright. Jason Hull, you can have that if you be friends with me again. I'll give you a free title. Christmas Fright. There you go. Christmas Fright. No, nobody's used it. There is a Flight Before Christmas, not a horror. The Night Before Christmas, not a horror. The Flight Before Christmas again, another one called that. Popular title. Fright Before Christmas, though. Oh, that's getting closer. This is a TV short film, animated comedy. It's not a horror. About a Tasmanian devil over the North Pole, who to Australia lose the beast, who ends up inadvertently donning Ignore that. It's nonsense. The characters in Boo on Halloween night go to an abandoned hospital. And the holiday in Blood Rage is, of course, Thanksgiving. Would have been better to end it on a Christmas question, wouldn't it, really? I don't know if in the Black Christmas... all the books are on the floor. Just quickly have a look for the Black Christmas quiz book. Are you still there? Still with me on this... wonderful Christmas jolly show. Why is it the last one I can find? Here it is. Black Christmas quiz book. So why don't we end with one from this? We're going to end with Billy's final words bonus question. This is from the difficult section. What is the visual reference in the 2006 Black Christmas remake to Bob Clark's A Christmas Story? I like this bit of trivia. Because in Black Christmas remake, 2006, sorry, I said 2009 earlier, but the leg lamp from A Christmas Story is in the living room of the sorority house. Did you get that? That's very funny. I like that. And that's it. I'm not going to do any more of that story, which is a shame. Because I'm going to call it a day there and wish you a very, very huge horror happy Christmas. Thank you for listening, and my huge horror happy Christmas best wishes to you all, and to all a good night. Have a great Christmas, everybody. Over and out.